Here is this life-changing video that Miss Brenner has insisted upon to help with CTE teachers. So I just wanted to share this with you, so you can thank Miss Brenner for that. All right, so if you're looking for your standards/competencies for a CTE course, here's the easiest way I found it, and I don't know if I can find it again. KSDE, and then somehow I ended up here. CTE recommendations for public content. So you could probably search that right there. I'm not afraid to push it. So if you go to whatever pathway you're in, then you go to the class that you have. Now, you can find what code you have if you look in your authenticated application or authenticated users for your pathway, and you find your 5-digit code for that class that you're teaching. So Business Essentials is an introductory class that we do have. So I'm going to click on that. So 12050. It is in this handbook as well as the paper one that we have right now. You can find that online too. I'll show you that in just a second. So in here, and I have those printed out as far as like, okay, this is the class we offer and what do we call it versus what do they call it. So Business Essentials 12050, that is actually our intro to business, that is second semester. So if you click there, download it 7 times like I did. Right here would be the course competencies/standards. Okay, so competencies, standards, interchangeable there. This rating scale, if we were doing a standards-based grading, that rating scale would coincide with how the student did on each of these benchmarks. So these benchmarks would be considered the standards. So like standard 1.7, describe the nature of legally binding business contracts. So that might be a course of a one class, one activity. Okay, you may get into some of them where there was one here like 6.2, prepare simple documents and other business communication. You might do that numerous times throughout the course of the semester. So 6.2 might be hit on in a variety of different manners and methods. But those competencies will be what your standards are for each of your CTE courses. Another way that you can get there is, oh Lord, I'm closing out. So if you go to CTE and CTE table of contents, and you can download, so you can go here as well, since I'll stick with that. Stick with business. Here is that individual page that has the course code that you can find from there. Just because it is in your approved classes may not mean that it's something that we actively teach. So at one point in time, we may have had business law, but that doesn't mean that we're teaching it right now. So that would be one way to get to it. Another way to get to it is down here, looking at the cluster handbook. I'm going to go ahead and look at next year's because that's what we're going to be basing it off of. And then this is a link to the actual complete total handbook if you don't have that. So then you can find that code again, copy that code, go back into KSDE, paste that code, and it comes up in the clear career cluster right there. So then you can find that. So if you have your 5-digit code, you can just actually put it right there and it will come up right here. So 12009 is what I did last. Open that, course competencies. There are your standards for that course. Yay!